Have you ever strolled down a beautiful tree-lined street and thought, wow, this is what makes city life bearable? Trees are everywhere in our cities and we often take them for granted. But what if I told you that there's a hidden risk lurking in those leafy canopies, one that could change your neighborhood overnight? Today we're exposing the hidden danger in city trees and what really happens when one species takes over your block. Let's dig into why having too much of a good thing, yes, even trees, can actually spell trouble for our cities. It's a story about balance, diversity, and the surprising ways nature can fight back when we try to keep things too uniform. Trees are awesome. They cool us down on scorching summer days, filter out nasty pollutants from the air, and make city life way less, well, concrete. They give us shade to relax under, homes for birds and squirrels, and even help reduce our stress just by being there. In fact, studies show that neighborhoods with more trees have happier, healthier residents. Trees are like the city's natural air conditioners and mood boosters all rolled into one. But picture this, your entire street, or even your whole neighborhood, planted with just one kind of tree. Maybe it's all maples, or all elms, or all ash trees. At first glance it looks neat and tidy, almost like a perfectly organized parade of green. The symmetry is pleasing and city planners often love the uniform look. It's easy to see why people like it. The streets look orderly, and the trees grow at the same rate, creating a beautiful, even canopy. But here's the catch. What looks perfect on the surface can hide a ticking time bomb underneath. Here's the problem. When cities plant too many of the same tree, like all elms or just maples, they create what's called a monoculture. It's a fancy word, but it basically means there's no variety. Every tree is genetically similar, and that's where the trouble starts. Imagine if every person in your city had the exact same immune system. If a new disease came along, it could spread like wildfire, right? The same thing happens with trees. When there's no diversity, a single pest or disease can sweep through and devastate the entire population. Monocultures are basically a buffet for bugs and diseases. If a pest that loves maples shows up and your street is all maples, it's like an all-you-can-eat restaurant for that pest. The same goes for fungi and other tree diseases. There's nothing to stop them from spreading from one tree to the next because every tree is equally vulnerable. If one nasty bug or fungus shows up, it can wipe out thousands of trees at once. The devastation can be shocking. Entire streets suddenly stripped of their shade, their beauty, and their environmental benefits. It's not just a few trees here and there, it's a domino effect that can leave neighborhoods looking barren and exposed. That's exactly what happened with Dutch elm disease in the 20th century. Cities across North America and Europe lost millions of elm trees almost overnight. The disease spread so quickly because nearly every street was lined with the same type of tree. The cost to cities was enormous, not just in money, but in lost shade, higher temperatures, and a dramatic drop in urban wildlife. And it's not just about the trees themselves. When we lose tree diversity, we also lose the plants and animals that depend on them. Different trees support different insects, birds, and mammals. Without variety, city parks and streets become quieter, emptier places. Fewer birds sing in the morning, and there's less color and life all around. Less diversity means weaker, messier ecosystems. When one species dominates, it crowds out others, making it harder for a healthy mix of plants and animals to thrive. The result? Urban environments that are less resilient to change, less beautiful, and less enjoyable for everyone. Even city budgets take a hit. When a disease or pest wipes out miles of identical trees, cities have to spend millions to remove the dead wood and plant new trees. It's a huge, unexpected expense that can drain resources from other important projects, like schools, parks, or public safety, and it can take decades for new trees to grow back and restore the lost benefits. So, what's the fix? How do we protect our cities from this hidden danger? The answer is simple but powerful. Plant different kinds of trees. Think of it like making a salad. Lettuce is great, but you wouldn't want a salad with just lettuce. Add some tomatoes, cucumbers, maybe a few carrots, and suddenly you've got something much healthier and more interesting. The same goes for city trees. A mix of species means that if one gets sick, the others can keep the ecosystem going strong. Some cities are getting creative, tracking their tree species like Pokemon, making sure they catch them all to keep their urban forests healthy. Arborists use digital tools to map out what's growing where, and city workers tag new trees to make sure there's a good mix. It's a high-tech approach to an age-old problem, and it's making a real difference. Next time you're out for a walk, take a look up. Are all the trees on your street the same? Do you see a variety of shapes, sizes, and leaves, or is it a row of identical trunks and canopies? Noticing the diversity, or lack of it, can tell you a lot about your city's approach to urban forestry. If you notice a monoculture, maybe it's time to start a conversation with your neighbors or local officials about mixing things up. Even small changes, like planting a few different species in your yard or on your block, can make a big difference over time. So, the next time you walk down a tree-lined street, remember, diversity isn't just beautiful, it's essential for a healthy, resilient city. Like and subscribe for more cool city science, and let's keep our urban forests thriving for generations to come.